Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, one and all, AFL fans in Australia and, of course, around the world. It is the AFL Armchair Advisors and it is the semi-finals for AFL season 2022. What an unbelievable first week of finals we were treated to. 4 games down, 5 to go, and I am frothing like a poorly poured beer for it. You better believe it. It is Rich of the AFL Armchair Advisors. Great to be back with you for our week 2 of the final series for this year. Joining me, of course, is my man Sensible Dan. He hits stats like lightning and he claps bookies like thunder. He is the man with the calculator and the bulging bank account. It's always a pleasure to have him. How are you, Dan?
I'm well, mate. It's been a fantastic week since I last saw you blokes. Awesome week of finals, probably the best I can remember. Manchester United's won 4 in a row.
There you go.
And the NFL starts this week.
How good.
The holy triumvirate. I am so happy and I cannot wait to crack open this show.
Bloody oath. As Rex Hunt once famously said, folks, it doesn't get much better than this. And he was exactly right, because now we're going to bring the tone down by introducing to you our global field correspondent who looks like he's been spending his time in a field hospital lately. It's Desmond Van Bus, and what is happening with this outfit here? What's going on?
I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm pretty happy. We've had a really good run. I've got my Christmas shirt on because this finals has been just like Christmas.
Sure. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
And speaking of Christmas, you are wrapped up tighter than every package I've ever received.
No, I'm not.
What
look good.
You're going to have to explain
What's
it,
happened
mate.
here? Come on.
You have to explain it.
Nah, I've been in the wars. One too many beers equals Des jumping off the roof through the glass panel.
I thought there was a palm tree comment coming here, and I was like, I'm
none
calling
of this.
time on that.
No palm tree, because there was nothing to break my fall. At least the palm tree broke the fall.
So what happened here? Where is the actual injury? You got a lot going on here.
Well, as you can see, that was a nasty
That
one.
was very nasty.
Wait, I'm here to tell the tale. That's all I'm saying. I've bunged my elbow here, as you can see. I've got a professional sling on.
Yeah.
My nose, this nose here, I just wanted to be MVP.
Sure.
So I've just put this on my nose just for breathing apparatuses because this hay fever season.
It's not wrong.
Got a little gash on my head.
Yeah.
Some stitches in there, some sutures, as they say. And I just want to be like Tutankhamun, mate, and I'm all wrapped up. It's cold.
He says Tutankhamun. I'm more thinking there's a big Dangerfield vibe about this. So
Absolutely.
Clayton Oliver inspired me, and now, yeah.
It's Patrick.
This is literally what is keeping. As you can see, there's some tape here. That is literally what is keeping my chin from hitting the floor.
Yeah, he wanted to
because it's actually keeping my head. My head is like this. I can't show you because my arm is in a bad way. But if I was to take this tape off, my head would just fall. I'd just fall in half.
Sure. So from that, Dan, I take that the only actual injury is the graze on the head. I'm calling him Patrick Van Dangerbus this evening. Because, I mean, yeah.
Absolutely.
The response
it's all
is
for
ridiculous.
show. It's all for show.
It's all for show.
What's wrong with that?
And that's what we're all about here at The Advisors. If you're expecting your sensible Fox Footy style chat and analysis from all the big guns and the who's who, then you ain't going to get it here. But what you will get is fucking guy. Immediately, look at him.
I couldn't do it.
He's like Jack Nicholson from, what was the movie with Adam Sandler, Jack Nicholson?
Anger management.
Anger management, yeah. Immediately takes the neck brace off and laughs and walks off.
Vince McMahon.
Oh, yeah.
Vince McMahon. No, look, semi-finals, very keen. 2 games on the slate for this week. We're going to rip them apart. Massive analysis, stats, bets, tips, anything you punters could want. We are going to leap straight into it. Instead of jumping into the first game, Des, you don't have any segments for us this week, do you?
I don't. I have something special for you during the games, though.
In that case, before we jump into game 1, I'm going to swing it over to Dan. Dan was itching. He was on the phone to me earlier. He said to me, I've got a bit of a few things I want to discuss on the show. I thought, let's get the man.
When you said itch, I was nervous. I was going to say, is it an itch a tablet can fix?
No, he's not that sort of a bloke. He doesn't roll like that.
Way too sensible for that, mate. Way too sensible for that. We're actually going to take a trip down memory lane for a segment that we haven't rolled out, potentially even for this entire season. I can't recall bringing this segment out.
I don't remember what I had for breakfast, so I'm already out.
I was not looking towards you when I was making that comment.
I'm only good at maths. Is that right, Dan?
Oh.
Something like that. Anyway, I've heard rumours. We're going to take a trip down memory lane and head to Kane's World.
Oi.
Kane's World, Kane's World, Kane's World.
Now,
Not Kane's World.
Kane's World.
Oh,
Kane
back.
Corns, the most hated man in sports media. He
No,
has
he's not
been
Caroline Wilson.
The most hated man.
I said man. Yeah, good at maths, not very good at English.
Do we know what
or
she identifies
comprehension.
at? Or
Oh,
biology?
gee. Oh, gee. Let's park the bus on that one, literally.
Actual, yeah.
Dan?
Now, Kane's been very active this week. Very active. And he always is, but he's made some statements this week, and I want to get your takes on it. Now, some of them I agree with, some of them I don't, which is basically what we do here. We always analyse what Kane says in this segment, and whether we agree with what he's saying or not. The Tigers, they played Dustin Martin Thursday night. Kane said, abhorrently stupid to play him. Clearly underdone. Didn't deserve to be out there. What are your thoughts on that?
Bus?
You got to say something.
Yeah.
Kane's an idiot. Why would you not play Dusty?
I dare say because of the alarmingly minimal impact he had on the game.
Mentally, he wasn't right for very understandable reasons. Physically, he's not been right for a long period of time this year.
But it's good for the team, though. It's a team rev up. They wouldn't have played him if it wasn't good for the team. Dimmer knows what he's doing. Dimmer, it's not like it. You know what I mean? He's not an elementary level coach.
I don't know. You can't park the bus on a bloke who's on 1.3 a year. I think it had possibly a bit to do with it. I don't know. I don't want to hear this chat from, even Dusty at 80%, you'd still want him over any other bloke that's 100. That is nonsense. Nonsense. Yep. He's underdone. No, I'm sorry. I'm on board with that.
Robbo was quite worried because Dusty didn't have a tackle, but I was thinking Dusty hasn't laid a tackle since about 2017. That's par for the course.
That's typical.
Argument out the window. Yep. But I agree with Kane on this one. I do agree.
I'm mixed because I feel like it does have. It's a psychological more than physical. Physically,
I do get what you're saying,
but psychologically and for Brisbane as well.
You're thinking it's G'ing the team up.
And that's it. And
but if not, you're playing with
looking at that
a man
too.
down.
A, that, and B, if the bloke who's meant to be your mascot and G the team up is having a stinker, surely that's bringing the team down.
And guess who wasn't on the field during the last 5 minutes of the game? Dusty Martin.
Keith.
Clearly not fit enough to play. There you go.
That's what I'm thinking.
Luke Beveridge. Now, they just come off a loss to Dogs, a bad loss. Grand final last year, out already.
Massive story.
Probably shouldn't have even
Bad
made it
loss,
in.
but what, they were 6 goals up as well.
They were.
Stinky.
Poo-poo.
It was
pants.
disgusting. Bevo should be under big pressure at the start of next season to keep his job.
Oh, no.
Do you know what?
No.
I'm saying that if he has a similar year as to what he has this year, I think you go 2024. There's pressure. Even if he makes the 8, I think the list he's got should be top 4. The list and the team that he's got.
That's the argument here is not getting the best out of the list you've
Let's
been
be
given.
real. They shouldn't have made the 8 this year. Carlton fumbled the bag and Dogs capitalised. They should not have made the 8 this year. They're not.
But they did, and you have to judge them on the record. All right, grand final last year. Did make finals this year. I don't know. Look, if they bomb out and they finish 10th or 11th end of next year, I'd start sniffing.
12 years early.
I think, 12 years early.
12 months early.
That maths is getting better by the second. I agree, though. 12 months early. Another ordinary season, and I'd be getting sweaty if I was Bevo. But he's earned the right. He's won a flag, made it to another. He's earned the right for a reprieve, I think, on that one. Now, the Dons. They're looking for a head coach.
Yes.
All right. They're in the market. The players want Ross the boss. They want Ross Lyon to come across. Kane said the players are lazy and selfish and should not get a say in who gets appointed the next coach.
I don't like the idea of Ross Lyon being a coach to start with.
That's not the point. That's not the point of the question of here, mate.
I don't like that.
I'm agreeing with both, actually.
Yes,
but also true.
I think he's very...
Because I think all three of us would be pretty much in unison on that. Oh, Rich, I don't know. I don't know what your take on that is, but anyway.
We'll come back to that.
What do you think about that? Do you think the players should have a say?
No. Why should they?
I've opened the floor to you.
So Kane reckons the players shouldn't be having a say in it.
No.
Well, I'm inclined to agree because the last coach that supposedly all the players were united behind and loved to bits and all the rest of it was Ben Rutten.
Mm-hmm. But the players don't have a say whether the coach goes. So why should they have a say if the coach comes? Do you know what I mean? It's fair.
That is interesting way of phrasing that.
Oh, well, here he is. Welcome to the party.
Yeah.
Away. Old truck burgers for everyone.
Oh, no, look,
extra mayo.
In his
egg mayo.
In Desmond's I don't know the PC term for this, so I'm sorry. Clinically, mentally defective manner.
Yeah.
He is right.
Yeah.
The players, no, they shouldn't get to stand stand up and make decisions and demands as to who we bring in and who we don't.
Yep.
It's got to depend on. It's not depending on the players, let's be real. It's got to come from more of a holistic approach. It's a full club thing. There's going to need to be a review, obviously, an external one. They're going to have to, like similar with Jason Dunstall, identify the type of coach that Adelaide needed.
Yep.
They went with that. They picked Nix, who best fit that mould. He's so far so good.
I mean, and personally, I think the players, because I agree. I do genuinely agree. I don't think they should be nixed completely. You know, their thoughts should be taken into account somewhat, but it shouldn't be the defining factor in whether you hire someone.
I think the thing as well
players,
is obvious.
just quickly, players have enough power as it is. They can't be traded anywhere unless they say so. They won't sign any contracts unless they say so. Giving them the power to then pick coaches for a club, you're setting a dangerous precedent for letting the inmates run the asylum.
Strongly agree. And then if they're not performing, if they're still doing the exact same trick as what they were this year.
The coach gets the arse and they don't.
Funny that, isn't it?
You think there's one person in the NBA, and obviously I always go to the NBA because it's the biggest league besides NFL in the world. Probably could be on par. I don't know. I don't know
NFL
what
is
the numbers are.
infinitely bigger, but
There you go. But the only player is LeBron has a say over who coaches, and he's the only player ever. And that's because he's
literally the greatest player of all time.
One of two. Like, really? Like, you get what I mean? Like, it's like, oh.
As opposed to Braden Ham standing up saying, no,
Yeah.
My team,
don't want
my
him.
team, New Orleans has the Jason Horn-Francis, but much better version of Jason Horn-Francis. 'Cause I
Zion?
go for the Pelicans. Yeah, Zion.
Okay.
Right? He did not pick Willie Green this year. The New Orleans went and said, hey, we're going to pick the best Willie we've got. They picked Willie Green. And it worked because the club picked it. If Zion had picked it, he wouldn't have picked the bloke. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're getting these players to source their coach, they're not going to find the best bloke. It's not going to work.
It's a bold choice for New Orleans. I don't want to go down this road anyway.
True.
If New Orleans lets Zion pick and keeps him happy,
And
that
picks his
keeps
dad.
him at the club, and they need him bad.
Yeah. Or they pick Willie Green and we make playoffs and we finish
Or they
second.
pick Willie Green and don't make playoffs, and Zion says, "Well, I'm going to go now as well."
Fundamentally, if the club wants success, the club needs to do what they feel is best for them, not let the players decide.
Absolutely.
On Kane on this one. I'm with Kane on this
Inmates
one.
do not run the asylum.
Correct answer.
All right, last one.
Boom.
All right. They were discussing him and Kingy. Right, North has said they're going to trade pick one, or they're open to trading pick one in
That's
this
fair.
year's draft, which I think is a great idea.
Yep.
Either get an established player in, or get a few young talents in.
They could get someone decent too. Pick
Start
one's
thickening up the herd a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
They were discussing who they would trade pick one for and who they wouldn't trade pick one for. Right. So Kane
Don't tell us who they wouldn't and would. Just you tell us and we'll tell you if we would or wouldn't. You know what I mean? Let's make a game of it.
This isn't from Kingy's point. This is
give us a player.
what Kane said.
Sure.
Right? So the three players I'll give you: Isaiah Pickett, Zach Butters, and Darcy Moore. Now, who of those three would you trade pick one for, and who would you not? Now, it's just bearing in mind.
I wouldn't
There's
trade
no,
pick
there's
one
no,
for any.
there's no,
Thank you.
there's no caveats.
I wouldn't
There's
pick- I wouldn't pick-
well,
trade pick one for
if
any.
we include this young player
I'm with
and
you,
this
yeah.
pick, it's
It's
literally
straight swap.
pick one for Zach Butters.
None of them.
I wouldn't
Definitely not Zach Butters.
None
He's
of them are
bottom of the
worth.
list.
None of them are worth pick one. Having said that, Darcy Moore is an established All-Australian backman and would not only be hyper effectual in that back line, but would also instill the work rate and understanding of backline craft in those blokes that were playing around him. Okay, it's Darcy Moore. It's Darcy Moore. Daylight.
Pickett. See how
Probably
I
Pickett,
froth. Definitely not Butters. Definitely 100% not Butters. He's not pick one. But and I'm not even saying that because I'm biased towards Port. And I froth Cos. If they give pick one for Cos, he is not worth pick one. I love him, but those little small whippity forwards are there's lots of them. There's lots of them around, not worth a pick one. Whereas Darcy Moore, there's less. There's less because he's a key position player and good at his role. Yeah, you can't. Far out.
It's
If you
darker.
do it for Cos, you're an idiot.
Yeah, it's darker, Daylight, Cos, and then Butters.
And I
And I
froth
know
Cos.
where this is going. Come on, I know where it's going. Come
It
on,
might interest you to know
come on.
that Kane had the exact opposite opinion.
'Cause, yeah,
He
go on.
wouldn't trade it for Darcy Moore. No thanks. Don't want a key backman. Don't want an All-Australian. No. But I will trade it for Zach Butters because he might be good. You're looking at a top 20 player in the AFL, he reckons. And I also would trade it for Cozzy Pickett. You would be out of your mind. And the Crows may be staring down this barrel, not pick one, obviously, for Isaac Rankin, but trading a pick that high for a small forward. And I like Cozzy Pickett as well, but like his effect on games,
waivers.
He's a small forward.
tenuous at best some weeks.
small
He'll be into the fourth quarter with 2 disposals and a tackle.
One of the best small forwards in the league, Charlie Cameron, goes missing in some games.
It's a
You know
hard
what I mean?
position.
Like,
You're not trading pick ones for him.
No,
You're
not at all.
absolutely not doing it. But according to Kane, he absolutely would. And Darcy Moore, get bent.
Right, well, Kane has had the world's most gigantic brain fart. It's
Good,
a brain shart, that one.
Good, isn't it?
That's brain shart that's resulted in verbal diarrhea.
Just stop it off. Kingy said he could be talked into trading pick one for Harry Mackay. He could be talked into it. Trading a pick one, straight swap, for the leading Coleman medalist this year.
I love that. Oh, I don't know, you twist my arm on it. Yeah.
I'd think about it for about a millisecond.
We love
How old is Harry Mackay?
20,
About
8?
24. Nah, he's not even that old.
He's 24.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
you're doing
nothing.
a heartbeat. I was going to say,
25.
if he's
Look it up.
28, if
I'm,
he's 28, would you?
he's about 25 max.
There you go. I'm happy. Look, we love
Somewhere in that vicinity. 26.
we love Kingy. We love Kane. It's,
24.
well, there you have it. Yeah.
How old Ben? 24 as well.
They're twins.
Same person. Have you ever seen them in a room together?
I'm sure their parents have.
Yeah, sure.
What a trope.
When they changed them at night.
Yeah.
Anyways, we love Kane. It's great to have him back on the show. Fantastic stuff from you, Dan. Much appreciated.
mate.
Lovely little entree there. But boys, I'm hungry. Hungry as a hunter to get into the first of our two big semi-finals for week 2 of the AFL final season 2022. Friday night under lights at the MCG. It is the Melbourne Demons versus the Brisbane Lions. Grudge match for a Friday night, and I tell you, I am fizzing. I am fizzing for it. Des,
I'm not. I'm calm.
he's calm.
If we didn't hear enough last week about the return to finals at the MCG, the AFL will be coming that hard that there is 2 games this week, both at the G.
Correct.
Speaking of coming, I have a haiku for everyone.
Oh,
Speaking of climax, I have a haiku for everyone. Are we ready? Friday night footy. Zorko mad. D's on the ropes. D's win at home? Yes.
Fair enough.
actually makes sense for a change.
Short, sweet, to the point. A rare treat
He's getting
from
up.
Desmond Van Bus.
D's are getting up. They were underwhelming. And I say this, I find myself saying this often. You know, when it's like, D's may have lost, but it wasn't. And it wasn't because they looked bad. It was because the other team looked great. D's did look a little bit average. But Sydney looked fantastic. I don't know if many people were going to beat Sydney on that Friday night. Do you get my point?
I do,
say that
yeah.
a lot. I just think they look phenomenal. They looked.
Well, Fox Footy were throwing out they were doing their usual trick, all the analysts and pundits on there, of throwing out stats that mean nothing and have no basis in any sort of measurement scale that human beings are familiar with. The pressure rating for Sydney's over 200. 200 what? Decibels?
Yeah.
I don't know, milliliters?
No, it's 200.
What? How are we measuring
Over
this?
200.
You can't have a unit of measurement without a unit of measurement.
Where were they? Do you know what I mean? Like, I've often wondered this, and maybe it's on me for being too lazy to actually do some Googling and work out how they're working.
Well, you shouldn't have to. They
How do
should
you do
tell
the
you.
pressure rating?
They should tell you.
Over 200 what? I don't understand it. I don't understand
They
it.
should tell you.
It should tell us. But look, yeah, they were doing that. I got some actual stats for you that might interest you, gentlemen, and you at home as well. Brisbane on a 10-game losing streak at the G. 10 games.
It's actually 11. It's
Brisbane
actually
on an
11.
11-game losing streak at the G, if you don't mind. Also, Melbourne have won 4 of their last 4 games in these clashes between these two sides. And the home team, little injured Desmond, has won 7 of the last 9 in which these two sides have played. 7 of 9 has gone the way of the
Not in
home
round
team.
23 when Melbourne absolutely smashed them at the Gabba, mind you. And that was, 3 weeks ago? Not much has changed.
7 of 9 is the
But
take-home
I'm just
stat.
saying, 3 weeks,
on
nothing,
that.
not much changed.
Melbourne also listed at $1.35 odds. I have understandings that they win 71% of games in which they are listed at those odds, if you don't mind.
Not as much as
That's
you
interesting.
think.
It's
Not as
very
much as you
interesting.
think.
So there's a few little stats just to
Crows mumbled those ones, eh?
just to salt
Crows
bay onto
made
that.
them fumble the bag. Caught that from the Crom.
He's still. I think he's still concussed.
Who?
He's
Absolutely.
babbling
Yeah.
now. He's
Well, I mean, that's par for the course. by
Caught
this
that
point
from
in
the
show.
Crom, mate. Caught
What are
that
we?
from the Crom.
Dan, calm me
20
down a
minutes
bit
in.
here.
Yeah.
Calm me down a bit here. What have we got?
I am fully behind you, though. Brisbane looked great against Richmond. They really did. They held on. Richmond was throwing everything at them, and they managed to hold on. But I just don't like Brisbane and the way they've been going about it. They still let in 104 points.
They did.
That's disgusting.
It was great to watch.
Absolutely.
It was great to watch.
Absolutely it was.
It
But
was an awesome game. One
that
of the best
defense
games
will
I've
not
ever
get
seen.
you far. And Melbourne's forward line has been a little bit hit and miss recently. Like 1 week they're kicking 115, then they're down to 60. They get hold of bad defenses though, and they pulverise them, and I can see that happening here. I don't know that it'll be a repeat of 3 weeks ago when it was just an absolute mauling, but I could see it getting ugly. I really could.
Let's be real. Melksham, first things first, Melksham's out. All right, absolutely. No,
Oh,
I don't.
no.
I don't know that. If you're watching this and the game's about to happen, already happened, whatever. We're recording this earlier on in the week. I'm telling you now, Melksham's out.
There was one person chuckling that after that loss on the weekend. It was Stephen May.
Us.
Do you know what?
Revan.
Now you think
Revving the
after
engine.
the fight, well, was Stephen May wrong?
Well, look, we've now got a body of work.
Yep.
I'm worried about Petrarca. Look, the hairline fracture. Training it. The hairline fracture in what is femur?
Yeah, fibula.
Fibula, apologies. Now,
In the peanut.
it might not be a massive fracture. Hairline's fine. That's not going to heal up in 6 days. I don't care who you are.
Look, that's a minimum with my physio hat on, Jared Healy. That's a minimum 4-week injury, and they're rushing him back in one under the pretense that, we don't know that it'll get a lot worse. It could get a lot worse because you could actually snap the thing big time. I imagine he's just going to sit forward doing next to nothing.
With it taped to Billy-O, with a shin guard, I would have thought, in there, and probably a bit of reinforcing behind that thing.
Is it not worth let him have the week off and take the gamble though?
Because there's no guarantees.
Teams don't do that. They
No,
just,
you can't do
not,
that.
Not at this time of year. They just won't.
Also, try telling that to Petrarca.
Yeah,
He's
that's
not
true.
the sort of bloke. That aside, so that
You
now
saw him
leaves.
kick it afterwards, and then the
was not happy.
man was ready to battle on until he kicked with it.
Plus the corked calf as well on top of it. I don't know. So that leaves Oliver in the middle. Viney, for some reason, is in a
Who
down
also
patch.
banged up.
Viney.
No, Oliver.
Oliver massively banged up. Oliver, the only bloke in history looking worse than this thing here next to me at the minute, which is unbelievable.
I respect the hell out of Clary.
I loved it.
Tough as nails.
I loved it. And they're going to need that.
Absolutely.
They're going to need all of that
Yep.
because one thing's for certain, Zorko is going to come out steaming mad.
Hey,
Steaming mad.
What did the haiku say?
Yeah.
Zorko big mad.
Zorko mad.
Actual-
No, not big man. I only had 7
Nah,
syllables, not 8.
Yeah, but if you had 8, you would have said big mad.
And I honestly think, yeah, true. And I honestly think that that's going to drag the rest of the team in his wake. It's going to be a lot of passion. There's going to be a lot of anger. There's going to be biff ups
Absolutely.
galore.
peanut.
It's going to. You're obsessed. There's going to be a lot of aggro in this, and I'm here for it.
That would be the one way Brisbane could get on top of Melbourne here, because Melbourne's already said, we'll be going after Zorko, and I imagine there's going to be some niggle. The last game, Brisbane basically were doing that. They was trying to start niggle, and they were already 35 points down. It could go the other way this time, potentially. Melbourne gets so wrapped up in trying to get stuck into Zorko that the game goes out the window. It'll be interesting.
Speaking of interestingly, Cam Rayner, Answorth, both back, fresh legs. Yum. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad.
And I
Interesting.
think, look, we said it last week, Melbourne, with James Harms or whoever, they've got to tag Lachie Neale. It's been shown multiple times this year. Richmond just let him do whatever he wanted, and I think he had about 16 clearances or something outrageous in that vicinity.
39 touches.
You can't let him do that.
No, sir.
You just cannot let him do that.
I'm going to dump on Brisbane here. I know we've been talking it up like, Brisbane, maybe a chance. I honestly think they got a bit lucky against Richmond. I genuinely think that. Martin underdone. So let's call it like it is. Sorry, Kane. Let's call it like it is. You're a player down if you're Richmond from the get-go. Prestia died. Very unfortunate. Could not have picked the worst game to go down in because he was having a lovely back end of the season.
Yep.
So all of a sudden, you are -2 midfielders and good midfielders at that. Down in the forward line for the Tigers, a few chances went begging that really shouldn't have. That Tom Lynch goal especially.
Oh, yeah.
Was that a
wow.
goal?
Nah,
Depends who you talk to.
it definitely wasn't.
I didn't think it was, but he chose at that point of the game to make that kick at that second.
A bloke,
You know what I mean?
a bloke on Twitter had said,
So you know it's
but
legitimate.
I believe this. I'm no trig expert, but he said putting his trigonometry hat on.
Brilliant.
If you've got a photo of the ball over the top of the goalpost from 2 separate angles, there's literally no other place it can possibly be than on top of the goalpost.
Boom.
Has to be there.
And look,
Makes sense.
And fundamentally, at the other end of the scale, Sydney played.
Trigonometry.
Sydney, also true. Sydney played the game of their lives. The game of their lives against the D's. And the D's were reasonably in it for a fair chunk of that game. It wasn't a blowout.
Sydney,
So,
but that performance there wasn't. Obviously, it was a standout performance, but that wasn't unusual from Sydney. It wasn't unusual.
It was
When
that
they're on,
game
they're off.
style, yes,
Yeah.
I agree, but it wasn't to that level of effectiveness.
It's just finals though, so that's why.
And there you go. And
It's
they
just
lifted
finals,
and
mate.
they lifted a notch. Brisbane's going to have to do the exact same if they're going to get over the top of the D's at home. That stat of 7 out of 9 home game going to the home team. I can't get past that.
I
So
think
it's
this is a
Melbourne
great game
1
to
to
start the
39
first
for me.
week.
It is.
I think it's a fantastic game to start this
Strongly
first week
agree.
because the
Second
next game coming up. Yeah, that's
Your
true,
mass
but-
is shit house.
I don't
You
know,
are
mate.
concussed.
I don't know, mate. I'm tired. I need to go to bed. I need my tea and I need to go to bed. No, but the next game I think is the Rip Snore because I feel like the D's are a sure lock.
Yeah, D's 1 to 39.
As,
D's,
as close to it gets in the finals, absolutely.
I think so too.
consensual. Let's talk bets. Dan,
I've got Charlie Spargo for a goal. Random.
I was looking at that.
But he's kicked 2 in 2 weeks. That's $1.85. I don't mind that. And again, if it turns into a bit of a schmozzle for Brisbane and everyone starts getting on the end of it, surely Sir Charles is in line for one. The proper Sir Charles, not Cameron. I've got Gus for 25 plus.
Yep,
Because no track, someone's got to get the touches.
correct.
$1.58 and Klug for 25 plus. Because I just hope to God that Melbourne actually does tag Lachie Neale. Then someone else has to do some of the grunt work, and that will be Klug.
Absolutely. We still had 26 and a goal on the weekend. I don't see that changing.
That's correct.
No, I like that from you. Also, keep your eyes out. If Tom McDonald does end up being listed, he is a surefire bet to kick 1. Hell, maybe even 2. Maybe even 2. Wouldn't be surprised. Would not be surprised because you know the milkman's not coming this week. No. Absolutely not. All right. Let's talk bets. Yeah, it's not bad. Look, Zorko for 20. Nothing sure.
Absolutely.
Narrative bet. Narrative bet, and we froth one.
Big narrative.
And he was paying a ton, like surprising amount.
That
Zorko.
$1.40 or something like
About
that.
$1.40, and he's not dipped under 20. I think he's had something like 5 out of his last 7 have been a 20 plus or over. Unbelievable. 20 plus or over. Good from me. Lachie Neale, 30 plus. Absolutely. Clayton Oliver, 30 plus. It's a final. Why not? Stephen May, 20 plus disposals. Thank you for that. Eric Hipwood, who I seem to recall saying last week and the week before would goal. Has done. Had 3 on the weekend.
Eric Hippoardi.
I don't mind that. And he had 3 on the weekend, still paying like $1.40 for a goal, something stupid like that. And it wouldn't be a Brisbane bet from me if it didn't feature my man, Stink Beans McCarthy, anytime goal, still paying like $1.40, something stupid like that. He can't not kick goals. He loves it. So those are my 6 picks for the week. Do what you like with them. If you like them, keep them. If you hate them, toss them. If you want to put them all together, you're looking at $14 as a multi. Thank you.
I like that a lot.
Pleasure.
I like that a lot.
Pleasure. Anything more to add, Des, or have you done enough damage, do you reckon?
Are we talking about Freo and Collingwood or what?
No,
what game?
not as of yet. Before we get to our second game for the round, I'm just concerned that there's been a lot of chat from you in the last couple of weeks, lording it over poor Daniel here in terms of your mental superiority, your exquisite IQ and tremendous brain power. It's not fair that you continue to lord it over the young man. So with that in mind, I'm going to give Dan to redeem himself in this week's edition of the big, fat, dumb, stupid quiz on everything.
I'm like Rain Man, mate. You get the mass out and I'll beat Dan.
All right, we shall
Just,
see.
look, just let it be known that I'm actually not phased about it whatsoever. Like,
No, but who doesn't like retribution?
Hey,
oh, absolutely. I will enjoy it. But
he's not phased about it whatsoever, but he will continue to tell you that he's not phased about it whatsoever. That is a man that's not
how
phased.
else am I supposed to get my
Look at him.
point
He's not
across?
looking at the camera because he knows.
How
He
else do I
knows.
get my point across?
There's too much aggro here. Come on. No, Brisbane, Melbourne's not for a few days yet. Right.
You can beat me in this quiz, but I smashed you in the maths, mate.
So, well,
Mathematically.
no, it's retribution time. So look, the big, dumb, fat, stupid quiz of
We're
everything.
doing times tables, are we?
Look, there's some we talk stats on here. Okay, some things there are facts that you can know that you can study. For these, there is no skill whatsoever. I'm going to ask a series of questions.
That's why I always lose them, because when it's time for skill, I win.
All right, we shall see. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Dan's big mad.
I got 5.
Actually, not mad. I couldn't be any of those mad.
He's mad. Look at him.
Gentlemen, let's start your mental engines, please. I've got 5 questions.
Boom, boom.
Does Alex Witherden drink coffee? Yes or no?
Yes.
Nah.
Yes? No? Okay. Well done, Dan. He's on the board early. It's 1-0.
I feel
Alex
like that was a
Witherden
no,
does not
but I
drink,
feel like he
does
was
not drink
tricking.
coffee.
I feel like
Doesn't matter what you feel. You got it wrong. Shut up,
He's mad.
idiot.
He's mad. Dan's mad.
I love the anchor. All right, let's go. Which of these things did Warwick Capper not do?
Oh, God.
Release his own sex tape.
As he can I please watch it?
Fought Wendell Sailor in a boxing match. Run for mayor of the Gold Coast.
He's lived a fucking life, hasn't he?
Launch his own skincare range. Flies to nightclubs in a pink helicopter.
I actually don't know.
One of those things he has not done.
I'll be so
Just
sad.
one.
I'll be so sad if he hasn't. If it's the sex tape is the wrong one, because I'll fucking hope he has.
Fellas, I need an answer. I can go through them again if you need.
Quickly, just quick, just like the title of them.
So which of these things has Warwick Capper not done? Release his own sex tape. Fought Wendell Saylor in a boxing match. Run for mayor of the Gold Coast. Launch his own skincare range. Or flies to nightclubs in a pink helicopter.
I feel like both of us are going to get this wrong because it's almost too obvious.
Go on then.
All right. I've got two in my mind.
Yeah, I need one. In your own time.
I just, look.
I haven't ever seen his sex tape though, but I haven't looked.
There's a quote.
I know, no, but I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, sure.
I actually was thinking
sex
that.
tape.
Oh, no, I'm not
Are you, what do you have you got two?
Look,
have you narrowed it down to two?
Sort of, yeah. I'm just going to say the sex tape. I'm actually going to say
You're going to say the sex tape?
Yeah, I'm actually just going to say it.
I'm going to say the skincare range.
Skincare and sex tape.
If it's a sex tape, I'm gonna, if he hasn't done a sex tape and he gets a point and I don't get to go and watch a Warwick Capper sex tape after, it's a double loss.
Well, Des, you're in for a sticky time when you get
no,
home. It is the skincare range. He's never done it. It is 1-1.
Nice work.
There you
You
go.
don't need to when you got beautiful skin, mate.
Unbelievable.
Nice work.
Well, let's forget beautiful skin. Let's talk about beautiful hair. Daniel,
Sex tape.
Daniel next to me here, he is the proud owner of a Tibetan Spaniel. Yes, named Leo. Yes. The average weight of a male Tibetan Spaniel is 6.8 kilos. Okay. Is Nick Blakey lighter or heavier than 14 Leos?
Nick Blakey. Wow.
So Tibetan Spaniel, 6.8 keg.
Oh no, he's heaps.
Is Nick Blakey lighter or heavier than 14 Leos?
He's got to be heaps light. How tall is Nick Blakey in height?
I can look that
How
up.
tall is he in
Well,
height?
that,
I reckon he's heaps lighter. He's got to be heaps lighter.
Dan, what's your thoughts here?
I'm leaning the same, to be honest.
68?
He's
What's
100.
68?
He's 195 centimeters.
Yeah,
is Nick Blakey.
So 68 plus 24. What's that? That's yeah. Oh, geez, he's going to be bloody on the mark, isn't he?
14, you say?
14 Leos. Does
gonna
14
be very-
14 Tibetan Spaniels named Leo, are they heavier or lighter than one Nick
But
Blakey?
you just don't know, do you?
I do, yeah.
195.
That is the point of this game.
He's heavier. Nah, he's heavier. He's heavier.
Is he heavier?
He's
All right.
heavier.
Dan?
Where did you get the weight from? The listed
Yeah,
weight?
actually.
Current listed playing weight as per the AFL app.
Oh, but AFL players are light. I'm thinking what normal people weigh and what AFL players weigh.
And
it's
what
just
Nick Blakey
different.
weighs, yeah.
It's just different.
Sure.
It's going to be bloody close.
gonna
This isn't a Lizzo one where it's easy.
I
You
need,
do the maths. How much do you... Because I'm thinking what's the... Yeah.
Gents, I need an answer.
I'm going to
Is
say...
he heavier or lighter than 94, do you reckon? Because that's what it is. That's a number.
I'm asking you.
I'm going to say he's lighter.
You reckon he's lighter?
Oh, I'm going to say heavier just for the sake of it. But he's not.
Well, then why say it then?
Because I want to beat Dan. Heavier.
Well, unfortunately, Dan is now up 2-1. Nick Blakey is the weight of 12.4 Tibetan
What does he actually
Spaniels.
weigh?
Nick
Like
Blakey
80?
weighs 84 kilos.
Yeah, so it's not even close.
A thin operator. So it's
I
2-1.
wonder
Yeah,
if he
but
was heavy.
it's the thought of what it puts into your head, though, because you just immediately start thinking...
Because I was like, is he
well,
94? Because I'm... What am
He
I?
could be,
now,
he
like
could be heavier
93.
than he looks.
It could be. But
I don't understand how they're so light, some of these players.
have you seen him run? He's a fast lad. 2-1. Right, let's go. Question number 4. Mitch Georgiades is one of the fastest players in the AFL. He has a top speed of 34.06 kilometres an hour.
True or false?
Hell.
It's not true or false. That's his official top speed.
Well done, Mitch.
Is he faster than an African bush elephant?
Say it again.
30...
Give me the...
Mitch Georgiades, one of the fastest players in the AFL, top speed, clocked in at 34.06 kilometres an hour. An African bush elephant is faster or slower? Please tell me.
African bush elephant's faster.
Yeah, heaps faster.
Well done, gents. It's 3-2. African bush elephant clocks in at 40.
50?
It's pretty nippy.
Yeah, don't fucking quick.
Pretty nippy. No, not bad. All right, I like a quick one. Okay, last one. Here we go. Des, you can equalise here and thus maintain bragging rights. Dan?
I can't. I already smashed him.
Well, we shall see. Right, last one.
I'll just add this to the other 96% of things I've won on this show.
Yeah, but there's only one that matters.
No, there isn't.
The maths question. And the English one too. I beat you in both.
I don't like it when mum and dad fight in front
That
of
is,
me. Just stop.
I beat him in his own language,
Actually,
mate.
it doesn't matter. 96%.
I beat him in the English quiz, mate.
Can you
I
ask the
speak
question,
Australian.
Gentlemen, it's 3-2. Right, we've got
2-1.
one question left.
It's 2-1.
One question remains.
3-2.
One question remains. Which of these quotes did Dermot Brereton not say?
Oh, God.
Okay.
Mm.
He scored that goal after only 22 seconds, totally against the run of play. Luke Hodge, the 21-year-old who turned 22 a few weeks ago.
Oh, fuck. That's bad.
Well, either side could win it, or it could be a draw.
There's some dogs in there, eh?
I've never had major knee surgery on any other part of my body. Now, which of those quotes, gents, did Dermot Brereton not utter?
He said all of them.
No, it's not a trick question.
I'm going to have to get you to repeat them.
All right, I shall repeat again.
I think I'm
I think, yeah.
Which of
but-
these quotes
I'll be
is...
sad if you say the same.
All right, okay, let's go. One of these quotes was not said by Dermot Brereton. He scored that goal after only 22 seconds, totally against the run of play.
You can't say that one.
Luke Hodge, the 21-year-old who turned 22 a few weeks ago. Well, either side could win it, or it could be a draw. I've never had major knee surgery on any other part of my
It's
body.
either that or Hodgie. Are you vibing the same or not, Dan? It's either that or Hodgie.
They're all just terrible. And I can imagine Derm saying each and every one of them.
Hodgie.
But he
lock
did
me
not
in.
say one of them.
Hodge.
Which one?
Hodge.
You're locking Hodge?
It's either Hodge or knee, so I'm saying Hodge.
I'm going to say Hodge as well, just so then I win.
Nah, knee.
He's playing it safe, is
Yeah,
he?
but I would have picked Hodge anyway.
I say knee.
Interestingly, what do you... I need a
I
strong
have to go
answer.
different to him, knee.
Come down on the answer.
Knee.
You're saying knee.
Come on, knee.
What are you saying?
I'm still going to say Hodge.
You're going to say Hodge. Dermot, rather, did indeed say the comment about the goal after only 22 seconds. He did.
I can imagine
I can
that.
believe that, yeah.
He did.
Same as the draw one.
He
too.
did also say either side could win it or it could be a draw.
I actually distinctly remember hearing him say that.
Yes. I've never had major knee surgery on any other part of my body was said by Luke Darcy.
Oh no! I thought I drew it.
No, you did. That was said by Luke Darcy. It wasn't said by Derm. You were
Oh,
correct.
yes.
That quote was not uttered by Derm. It's 3 apiece. It's 3-all.
I shouldn't have earned that. I didn't know. Do you know what? No, that's fair because the Mitch Georgiades one. Whatever. No, not the Georgiades one. What's the bloody weight one? Blakey. I just said it to be different, so that makes sense.
Look, it's.
I love how he just has to validate every time he loses or draws. Like, can't just cop it.
No, but he held you to a draw at least.
That's fine.
That's something.
No, that's bad.
That
for
takes
me.
my win percentage down to 95. Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
sure. And that's good for a man who's as close to a coma as you could possibly get.
What
without
happened,
being
Rich?
in one.
What happened when you gave us a whole list of numbers and you said, "Rain Man, do your work"? I got a smack bang on that number. Dan was like 30
Mate,
off.
you should be on Fox Footy because all you're doing is living in past glories at the moment, and I'm not having a bar of it. Let's move on to future games.
Been done there, haven't I?
One in particular,
Dan's still mad.
I'm keen as a bean for Saturday night. It's at the MCG again, thank God above. It is the Collingwood Magpies, the Fremantle Dockers. Dan, what's caught your eye on this one?
Oh, I'm ready to haiku it.
Nah,
I'm
just go.
haikuing it.
You go.
Can everyone give me a...
Please just hurry.
I won't say the haiku until everyone goes...
I'm not. Just get on with it.
Just do it.
I'll punch you.
One, give me a...
I'll open up the other side of your head in a
Give me a...
minute.
Oh, yeah.
Just do it.
All right.
I'll give you one of those.
Go. There, you gave it to me. Pies. Big performance. Last week against Cats. Crush. Freo. Hee-ho. They're going to smash them, mate. They're going to smack them. Pies, unreal last week. They did what Sydney... It was very similar to that Sydney performance. Just high pressure, great attacking footy. They just didn't get the chocolates in the end. And that's because Geelong is obviously a little bit better than Melbourne, as we know. We watched them dominate Melbourne.
Yeah.
So it was a very similar performance. I just feel like they were really unlucky not to get the chocolates. Everyone was cheering for Collingwood then, even the Geelong supporters, I reckon. It's just you just had to back them. Like it was just such a good narrative they were telling by the way that they were playing. Is that a fair comment? Maybe not the Geelong
Everything
supporters.
apart from the Geelong supporters cheering. Collingwood,
Imagine,
yeah.
But it's a very fair.
There you go, Darcy Moore. Stop
Even
Hawkins.
people that
Big-
generally
big
hate
face turn
Collingwood,
for the Pies.
they were playing in a way that you look and go, like they were just playing in a way that you want to back them because they're just playing for each other, and you wish. I was envious because Adelaide don't play like that, and I would love one day to watch an Adelaide team play like Collingwood play.
So inserting all of that into Google Translate and spitting it out, it's going to come out with Collingwood played an exciting brand of football. Neutral fans would have enjoyed it. And if they bring that this week, they're going to beat Freo. That's what Google Translate
agree.
come back with.
Basically.
Because if they let,
I love how you said, I agree. You just said that.
but if
Good
Freo let
grief.
Dogs get on top early, mate.
Yeah.
If they let the Pies get on early, it's game over. Game over because Pies will continue pounding the Poutine until the Poutine is broken.
Well, what a wonderful rant. Thank you for that, Desmond. I'm now going to throw it over to a person who graduated school. Dan, what would you like to say about this game?
Look, I actually...
Not much different than what I said, I reckon.
Nah, I do disagree on the fact that the Pies are going to smash them. Freo's defence, when it wants to be, is surprisingly stout. They only allowed the Dogs to score 18 points after half-time. And the Pies' attack is middling.
Porous.
It's middling. You know, Ash Johnson has been great. Jamie Elliott's been great. Brody Mychek has kicked 2 goals in the last 3 weeks.
I forgot he even played for the Pies, actually, to be
There you
honest.
go.
It's not good. And so when you're relying on guys, like your small-time contributors, Will Hoskin Elliott, to chip in with a couple of goals here, and it's...
Or a Cox type, yeah.
What about
It's-
Mytek's
it's
dad?
not
Could we
great.
get him to play?
I
Couldn't
doubt
hurt.
it. I mean, but exactly. Couldn't hurt. So I actually could see this being a fairly low scoring encounter. I don't really see it being any more than 15 points at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, look, it sounds almost stupid saying that about a Collingwood game because they're all exactly the same. But legitimately, this one actually has the makings of a very, very, very close game.
I'm inclined to agree with you there. A few interesting stats just to throw into the pot and let's stir through. It's been 106 days since Freo played at the MCG last. So some time between drinks.
Do you know who they played?
Not off the
Melbourne.
top of my head.
They
Melbourne.
Was it
played the
Melbourne?
D's and they beat them.
Wow.
And I did
That
have
was,
that,
that was
they
Melbourne's
did win.
first loss of the season, if you recall.
Interesting.
Wow.
Look, Pies, let's go back to round 10. Got the chocolates over Freo. They won 80-44 at Optus. A 6-goal win, not too bad, and they'll take probably a bit of a light out of that. Pies at $1.50 odds at the moment, and they win 2/3 of the games that they play in which they're listed at those odds.
Not actually really. That's not that good.
Well, 2/3,
66.6% is not bad.
Indeed. Now, having said that,
favourites, though.
let's throw the stats in the other direction here. Freo currently lead the league in disposals with 86-44. They lead in disposal efficiency at 74%. And also they are 7 wins, 1 draw from 10 matches that they've played on the road. Very, very interesting. So this is, I know they're a young list. It's a young side. But when you look at the numbers, it starts to paint a picture of a team that's confident and effective on the road when it matters. I like that.
And I have no reason to believe that their high disposals won't continue. Their midfield will absolutely dominate this game.
gonna eat.
No Taylor Adams, who's ripped his groin off the bone, which is just
horrible.
absolutely outrageous. And then was still walking home from the G after the game. Like, I just don't understand. You read that story
I did.
about the small girl. Why is he walking? Why is anyone letting him do that?
Walk it off, son.
That's amazing.
Walk it off, son.
I mean, not to mention tough as old boots as well. But my point is, the Freo contested balls will absolutely dominate Collingwood in this game.
Well, as we said
They'll kill 'em.
last week, Collingwood sitting at 17th in the league for clearances and centre bounce clearances as well. Horrendous stat. And what did they do again? They coughed it up in those clearances against Geelong, with the idea being that, well, if it goes into Geelong's forward line, our reboundy backs are just going to glue it down and then spring it back out again. And it almost worked. Goddamn, it almost worked. But as I've been saying for weeks now, Collingwood's luck has got to run out. And run out it did. And run out it did. I'm now starting to see some gaps here because, look, of all of those clearances that the Pies do have, who's the 2 blokes that have been eating in those particular areas?
They haven't been getting many clearances at all, though.
No, they haven't been, that's true. But it's been Adams, who's been pretty much their clearance king. Behind him, it's DeGoey, who's now got a busted AC joint, and he's going to have more shots in there than whoever bashed you up did to your scones.
And that is genuinely a shame because he's coming off the best game he's played this season. 29 goals and 29 touches and 2 goals, massive.
Huge from him.
Do you think this game, though, like when you look at the grand scheme of things, does this game really matter that much? any of these teams. Just let me talk.
I can't
Let me
stand
talk.
when you say these
Let
sorts
me
of
talk.
things. You are an idiot.
Let me talk. Because next week they're coming up against the Swans. And the Swans are going to beat both of them. The Swans are making the grand final, boys. So does this game really matter?
You might be the first person in history to ask
Go to bed.
Do you think? Or not?
if a semi-final matters.
I don't think it does. I think the Swans are going to run over the top of whoever wants it.
We'll get to that next week. Well, I'm looking at this game. Yeah, I genuinely do think it matters. I
Do you
genuinely
think,
think it matters.
any of these? Do you think one of these two? Do you think both of them? Any of them?
Yeah,
could beat?
yeah, because you're the sort that would have looked at the Bulldogs back in 2016, but where they finished 8th.
Doggies were good. They just didn't have any.
And again,
And Freo good.
Look, just to throw back to the earlier in the season, Sydney are beatable. Gold Coast and Essendon beat them. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but they can be done.
Old Chol.
Anyway, we'll look at
Chol
Sydney
called up
next week.
chose violence.
I don't care about Sydney this week. I'm genuinely I'm tipping Freo 1-39 because I'm looking at a midfield of Brayshaw, who had himself a couple of goals, 30 plus disposals. Same with Sarong. I think he kicked 1 goal, had 33.
Long dong.
Will Brodie had a down game in his first final, but I'm not surprised at that. Big occasion, and he'll probably bounce back.
Yeah, and the Dogs are contested animals, and that's where Brodie thrives. So
Thank you very much. Whereas now there's no Adams, okay? Who the hell comes in? Finlay McRae? Who comes in? Like, they're genuinely all of a sudden got holes opening up. So let's say you put McRae in. Okay, cool. In a semi-final, going up against some of the best young mids in the competition. Collingwood is so patchy now in the centre.
So you're saying Freo flag? I'm teasing. Teasing you.
Oh my
Teasing you.
God.
I did say it to rev you up.
I'm saying Freo win this.
Freo flag.
Yep.
Freo flag.
I've got Pies written here, but you have legitimately just talked me into
Pies.
tipping
Crash
Freo.
Hee-ho.
I'm
They're
telling
going
you.
to crash the Hee-ho.
I'm tipping Freo.
They're going to crash the Hee-ho, mate.
I'm tipping them.
Pies train. Whoop, whoop.
No, look. Let me put it to you this way again. Let me give you another thing just to get you on the Freo train here, okay?
Whoop, whoop.
As I said about Collingwood, allowing them, well, I say allowing, but being confident in being able to lose clearances, knowing that the back line would just glue it in and then rebound it out. Freo's small forwards of Schultz, Switkowski,
Sonny.
Sonny, Walker when he's there. Who else? Frederick.
All right, Freo 1-39.
These blokes,
Done.
they tackle.
You don't have to do it. You're done, Freo.
They
I'm
tackle.
convinced.
Yeah.
What was the stat I had here regarding that?
There's an Adelaide-born boy that has hooked me from the start. And that's all I'm saying.
I had a stat here about Freo. They're something like top 3 in the league for tackles inside 50. Okay, like those blokes, if it comes in there, it's going to
staying
get
there.
pinned.
Yeah.
It's going to get pinned.
Hey-ho.
I'm all on Freo.
I've
Sorry,
changed my
Pies,
mind.
because I've liked the Pies this year. I really have.
Hee-ho
Freo's winning this.
1-39.
Freo's
They're winning the
this.
flag
like it.
now.
Oh, absolutely.
Now I've got
Flag
some
mantle.
Flag mantle. Get the
Wow.
tats in early.
Purple haze. Purple haze, baby. All right, look, I've got some bets for you. I went nuts. I went mental on this one. I did. I was going to make a joke about this multi. I'm going to call it the Leo DiCaprio multi because I'm not touching anything over 25. but I can't call it that because I've got Sarong in there for 25 disposals. Luke Ryan, David Mundy, Josh Dacos, Scott Pendlebury, all for 20 disposals. I could give you the list of reasons why I liked all of them. Suffice to say, they've had those disposals numbers or higher more often than not in their last 5 to 10 games. I couldn't argue with the form. The odds were right. I liked them. Boom, done. John Noble and the human brain, Braden Maynard, 15 disposals apiece for those boys. Thank you.
God, I love Brazzy.
Big time. Any other result on the quarters 1, 2, 3, 4, the wire to wire? Any other result? I think we're going to see a little bit of backward and forward because if I know Collingwood, and what did we just see from Freo last week? So the form is there. Michael Walters been in a little vein of form in terms of kicking goals lately, so I've got Walters down for an anytime goal. Jai Amos played 2 games, kicked 2 goals in each of them.
Did I?
Giant
die?
anus.
A giant anus, absolutely. So put him
That's
in.
all I heard.
Put him in for an anytime goal as well.
Deary me.
There's your 10. There's your 10. I like all of them. Now, you can take what you want, leave the ones you don't like. If you would have smacked them together, what's that multi paying? 10 legs, what's that paying?
10
for 10?
$43.
$49. 60 with the boost.
Nice.
Yummy.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Tasty.
That's very
It's
good.
not the Leo DiCaprio multi because
No, I know, because Sarong was in there.
that's his
but
age.
It's close
That's
enough.
fine. I had Brodie for 25 plus, Young for 20 plus, Jordan DeGoey for a goal because I think he'll probably sit forward with that AC joint injury, and I had Jai Amos for a goal as well.
Fantastic. I love that from you, Dan. Thank you. Des,
I'm ready to go home.
Yeah, I'm ready to put you to bed because
I'm
I've
tired.
just about had enough of your lip tonight.
I've just got 2 quick dummies.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Dummy of the week.
I'm just going to throw it in there.
Oh,
Last second.
Oh.
Just as a treat for
I
the
just want
boys.
to take this band
Because we have to give a shout out to the bloke last week after the Brisbane and Richmond game. The Lions win and Tigerland starts playing.
Oh, that was funny.
It was
I thought Richmond
hilarious.
because I was just ready to go to bed on the couch.
My brain,
I was in the back of the Uber watching. I was like, "Hang on, whoa. Am I seeing the scores
my
wrong?"
brain actually melted because I just could not understand what was going on.
I was crying.
and I was crying with laughter. Dimmer, face like stone, and Tigerland's playing.
From Tigerland. Sure.
Hilarious. The other one, Duck Carey. Either of you heard about this?
No.
He's in trouble.
Oh no. What's
He's
he
in
done?
big trouble.
I like it
in
already.
peanut jail or not?
No, he's not in peanut jail for
Okay,
once in
that's
his
good
life.
then.
Well, I
Yeah,
actually don't know. I don't know what he goes on in his personal life.
Oh no.
But he
not
was
peanut.
he was at Crown in Perth,
Oh no.
and he was playing. He's on the tables, just playing. Just reached over to put some coins down. Oh, what's that bag of white powder falls out of my shirt? Oh, Duck. Oh, Duck. No. The croupier smacks the alarm. The security come and wrangle him off. Banned from every Crown casino in the country.
When did this happen?
Over the weekend.
No, I didn't hear anything about this.
Oh no.
Banned.
For how long? Life?
Yes, a lifetime ban.
He'll get in. He'll get in somewhere. Yeah. Yes. Hello. My name's Dwayne Carey. I'd like to.
Oh, Duck.
I'd like to play some of your tables, please.
Oh,
Sure,
Duck.
he'll get back in.
You idiot. You idiot.
Clearly,
How good anyway. That's dummy
funny.
of
That's
the
a great
week.
way to end. That's actually funny.
that's horrendous from Duck. Clearly, did not graduate from the Jack Watts School of
hard knocks.
But
powder disguises.
Of tits and swimming.
Oh, gee whiz. Thank you for being with us in what's been a gigantic semi-final show. It's been a pleasure to have you as always. Please do us just a little favour. Swing down over to that like and subscribe button. Give us a little like. Give us a little sub. If you've liked what you've seen, we do it for free. We're doing it just for the bands and because it's just something a bit different, really. Dan, socials. Do we have any?
We do. Armchair AD across all the socials or Armchair Advisors. You can jump in a few different groups. We're always posting in punting groups on Facebook. Focal Punt, Punting Wizards. Get around it. We just love the interaction. We just love everyone who gets in contact with us. So please do if you have any questions or anything.
Thank you, Dan. Thanks for nothing, Desmond. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.